Excellent. Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome back to another 3D Hangouts, the first one of 2025. Yep, we're here. My name is Noah Ruiz. I'm a designer at Adafruit. Every week, we come to share 3D printing of products. Is that your line? I think that's your line.
I think
Yeah.
so.
Oh man, the break. The break was a nice
Yeah.
break.
Yeah, it was a nice break. The kids
I'm
had
I'm
fun.
rusty. Yeah, it's a break where we actually took a time. That's really
Yeah,
good.
weird. I think it's the first time in 11 years. Maybe
It,
longer.
This is episode 466. It is January 8th, 2025, and this is the first one of the year. So we're excited to be back. We got new projects in the pipeline,
New products.
new parts. Lamar's on a tear with new products I can't wait to get my hands on,
So cool.
and we're excited to be back.
Yes.
Yeah, we got
Yeah,
a show. We got a show for everybody. Happy
yeah,
New
it
Year,
felt
everybody.
weird. Even the kids were like, "What's their next project, Daddy?"
Oh, that's funny. It's like you
Like, I don't
haven't had a
know,
project this week. It's been 2
circle
weeks.
displays, something with a
Yeah,
circle display
something, something
with
fun.
lights.
I want to welcome everybody in the Discord chat room. Hello, Happy New Year. Thank you for joining us live.
Good morning. I'm Pedro Osprey of Tech here, Adafruit, and every week we're here to share 3D printed projects featuring electronics from Adafruit.
That's right. This is where we combine 3D printing and DIY electronics to make inspirational projects. There it is. That's the right way to say it. We got
Happy New Year.
JPEG, Vince. Hello, welcome to the show.
Good morning.
Yeah, good morning. It's here. It's in the morning. It's still the morning. It's 11 a.m. here, Eastern time.
I know I was saying good morning to folks when it was like 2 in the afternoon during the break. I'm like, oh crap.
Yeah. Oops. It's morning somewhere.
Yeah.
All right. So last project of the year was we didn't get the chance to talk about it because the Wednesday was actually Christmas Day. So right around I think Friday we released this project that Pedro has here. It's a big honking button. It's an IoT kind of switch. So we thought we'd use it to turn on and off our holiday lights. And it uses CircuitPython, and it's a snap app to combine CircuitPython code with Adafruit IO, and it lets you turn on and off a smart outlet, which is this really nice smart outlet that hooks up to your Apple Home app, so you can turn it on and off. I'd show you mine, but we're in the process of putting the holiday decor away, and one of them was the button, so I have that in my storage. But Pedro still has it. He has a kind of a funny story too on how he came to it. I don't know if you want to tell the story.
Well, how the kids took it and lost
The
it.
kids took it, lost it, and then you had to find it in a pile of toys
Yeah.
because it blends so well. I'm like, how do you lose a giant button? Kids will find a way.
I know. I told everybody not to get us any presents, and
Everybody got your presents, including myself.
we got like 3 bags full of toys to get rid of.
Oh my gosh! Well, you can always donate them. Here is the Learn Guide. We published it. Let's see, when did we publish this? I want to say it was Friday. Normally it says.
Oh yeah, because it
There it
was
is.
Christmas and then New Year's, both falling on a Wednesday.
Yeah, 2 days before Christmas. It was a rush to get it out, but I'm glad we got it out. There's our cat Winnie. She's in the background there of this lovely GIF. She just loves the Christmas tree skirt. So I brought the camera down and I was able to get it here. Yeah, it's a ESP32S2 feather running CircuitPython. You got your massive arcade button that has a built-in LED. It's 100 millimeters in diameter. A couple of USB cables, quick connect cables, because those are really easy to plug and play into the button. You got a power supply, and then this is the magic here. It is this. It's from a company called Tapo, and it works with Apple Home, Alexa, Google Home. It just has like some nice, easy to start. What would you even call it? It's kind of like a built-in base station that will connect to your Apple Home, which is what we're using, or Alexa if you're using Alexa. And it's super easy to integrate Apple Home devices with. It's a snap. So that's what the idea was, is to use it to snap. So the circuit diagram is pretty simple. You just connect the LED to voltage pin, ground, and then any digital pin to the button. These, we don't really have like a circuit diagram part that has the arcade button with an LED, so we split them out here. But otherwise, pretty simple connections. Now the CAD file is pretty interesting. It's our first, maybe not first, but my first multicolor print, which is optional. You can print the top cover as a single color or do the multicolor, because we're seeing a lot of people have multicolor. AMS is on their printers, so I figured let's do it this
for
way.
like years now. We're late to the game.
We are late to the game. But I was able to split the two parts for the case into two colors. So you just kind of slide these two together, and it's kind of like this swirly peppermint pattern thing that looks kind of neat. But it's really, really simple enclosure. It's just got 2 or 4 standoffs for the Feather ESP S2. And yeah, we just wanted to keep the design really simple, but still kind of have a festive flair to it. So it's kind of a cool approach to a multicolor thing, is to have one part that is integrated multicolor, and then they have the other part. Because the main thing is, like, I didn't want to spend 5-6 hours printing the multicolor display, because it is a display enclosure, because it is a big enclosure, and it would have a lot of kind of extra purge waste, which we like to call poop. So I thought this was a good approach to do it. So that's the CAD stuff. You can download it all if you want. You are going to need to set up your Adafruit IO, because it uses a feed in order to work with the HomeKit device. We have a page and walkthrough of how to install the It's a Snap app. It's really easy to do it. It's a good project for trying out It's a Snap, because you can connect anything to the smart outlet, because it's just a cool built-in relay for your outlet, and it just has like the smarts to like connect to your Apple HomeKit or your Google Alexa. You're going to install CircuitPython onto your S2. You're going to create your settings.toml file so that it can log into your Wi-Fi and your Adafruit IO account. Here's the code. It's pretty simple. It's just looking for the button press, and if it presses the button, it sends a value to the Adafruit IO fee, which we're calling lights. Or you can change that if you'd like. But yeah, it's pretty simple code. This just walks you through all the little bits and pieces of connecting to your Wi-Fi and your Adafruit IO, and then just listening for the button if it's on, if it's being pressed or not. And then there's a little bit of a delay in there, time.sleep, so that you can't spam the button. So that's an easy approach to like make the button not be spammed. And then the thing that makes it automated is with the Shortcuts app using iOS. So this just walks you through setting up the shortcut, or you can download the shortcut, which is a pretty cool feature. You can actually share shortcuts. So it's using the fetch feed object in It's a Snap, and then you're looking for a key, which is called lights, and then you're basically saying, like, if the value is 0, turn it on. If it's not on, make it 0. So that just kind of walks you through it. And then you'll need to create a reactive trigger. So if the feed sees a value, send an SMS, and then the SMS tells the shortcut that, hey, I need to turn this on or off. So here's like when I get the SMS, toggle the lights on and off. It's a little bit of like a extra kind of step, but this is kind of the way you can do it now. Once it's all set up, it's really easy to kind of reuse it. So yeah, that's kind of it in a nutshell. And then the rest of the guide is just kind of walking you through wiring up the quick connects to the Feather, and then assembling the thing. Pretty straightforward. I'm just kind of running through it because yeah, it's pretty simple. Yeah, the kids were enjoying it, I assume.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, we're using it too. We're actually using it on our holiday lights. Our Christmas tree has had lights built in, and it's easy to mash the button. So yeah, that was the last project of 2024. A big button that lights up.
Super cool.
Yay! Yeah, check it out. I think folks are enjoying it. Thank you for the links. Again, everything is out, published. And we got a comment from Vince. Anyone remember the easy button that Staples used to sell? Yes.
Yeah.
There's quite a few projects out there that like reuse that button.
Mm-hmm.
I guess they stopped selling it, but yeah, that used to be a pretty good ad campaign. I think for Staples was the easy button, and that is the easy button for your holiday tree. Cool. All right. Did you want to talk about your Pi Touch case?
Oh yeah, actually we did talk about it right before the break. The only updates that we have are the parts were received back from JLPCB. These are the resin printed parts. You can see how cool they look in that jet black resin.
So smooth.
Yeah, it's super smooth. All the tolerances work out great. Thanks to the bamboo printer, the 1XC. Is that the correct model?
Yeah, excellent carbon. Yep.
If I can remember the name of it, the extrusion sensor calibrator thingy.
Flow.
Yes, dynamic flow something. And because of that, every filament that we're using, it calibrates extrusion from it, since the diameter for every filament is slightly off a little bit, so it's able to calibrate it. And because of that, we're able to get the dial in precisely to what the resin printers are able to do, even higher so than the resin printers, to actually add a little bit more gap for the resin prints. I believe it was a 0.25, where in the FDM printers were able to do as low as 0.5, and those prints came out so good. So here is what the black one looks like. We'll be stocking this soon in the store, and it's going to be, I think it's 4-piece design. We have the actual case that goes on top, the lid, and then the arm. It lets you articulate that, and that we're using attaching to the wall, as well as an additional part here for if you want to use like a stand. We have a smaller little arm, so that can go on there. And then the stand, unfortunately, I think we're getting quoted like $30 for because of the volume of it. Yeah, so you can just print that on FDM if you really want to stand. And on a bamboo, it takes about 3 hours. Sorry, it'll probably take 8 hours on something else.
Yeah.
But and this little plate, this additional plate, will also come in the kit, so you can adhere that to the wall with a piece of the command strips. These attach very well. I'm surprised. I forget what the model name of it, but I think it's like the 20-pound version of it. And it's wide enough to include 2 of these if you want to make sure that it's super secure. And they attach with M25 screws. So you can either have those on this that slides into place like this. Oh, sorry. The screws are poking out of that, so I can quickly pop that back in. They screw in, they slide in like that.
Yep. Nice T-slot.
Yep. And then, or if you don't mind screwing that directly into the wall or into the stud, don't do it into the wall.
Right.
Make sure you have a stud finder so that it won't rip out your wall, your drywall. We also have the screw mounts holes right on that articulated little plate as well. So we have it on that as well as the plate. So you can choose how you'd like to mount that. And what else can I say about it?
It's going to be in the stock in the store in a little, hopefully in the next week or 2.
Yeah, so we'll also have a cheaper white version of it as well, since for whatever reason the other resin color for this, which actually has a higher temperature, I believe, so you can not worry about like any melting from the case. Although you are required to have the cooling fan on it.
Yes,
it does fit on there. You have like the
ventilation.
Vents. Yep, you have all the vents on here. You have access to the SD card as well as a little reset pin on there. And all of your HDMI outputs, your USB or USB-C, as well as USB-A, your higher speed USB, and of course your Ethernet.
Yeah.
As well, we've been using this in the kitchen. I think we've just been playing like the
Recipes?
fireplace
Oh, that's funny. Yeah.
Little fireplace loops that they have on YouTube, which is the speed of the Pi 5 is so fast. It
Mm-hmm.
feels like a little desktop. I think
Yeah.
that's what we use for. Is Minecraft still on offered on the Pi?
I don't know if it's built in, but you could always download it, I
Still
suppose.
download it, right?
Yeah.
Anybody in the chat now?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, but yeah, here's what it looks like in the more lower cost weight resin for that.
Yeah.
And yeah, it's a nice little wall mounted case. A nice little option for mounting that on the wall, or of course, I'm using it as a stand as well. So download.
Yeah, I'm waiting for the parts to get in this shop so I can actually build mine. I still have mine in a box, but yeah, I think it'd be nice to have ours in the kitchen too.
Mhm.
So yeah, very cool. And we'll let you know when it's in store. And it will, yeah. Cool.
Case, I didn't get around to it, but probably have like a little slit on here so you don't have to thread the USB cable into the little slot there. But as it stands out, it's just a little hole.
Yeah, it's fine.
You thread that in there, or you could just have it from the side underneath.
Yeah.
And then lots of nice updates too in the OS if you want to rotate this as well. If you want to have it like, at portrait view, I think that's what the default actually is.
Oh, really?
When it loads up, it's portrait.
Interesting.
So they did lots of nice updates for it to be just plug and play. What else can we say? Oh, it has the NVMe, so it's loading off an SSD drive as well.
Yep.
We do have some of those hats in the store as well if you want to have it boot up even faster. I still have the booting off an SD card on here, and they did have some updates so you can easily boot the OS off of there as well. So all in all, this is a freaking awesome little desktop computer now.
Yeah, for sure.
We're using the Bluetooth audio out, since that's the only thing it doesn't have, like a way to mount speakers onto there. I don't think they have like a hat, right, with built-in speakers, but you can just use the Bluetooth speakers. That works really good. And yeah, nice little way to mount your Pi 5.
Very good. All right. We do have a coupon code today. Good for the next 24 hours. Coupon code new prints will get you 10% off your order. So if you want to order anything in the Adafruit shop, you can use our coupon code and get 10% off. Very good. Very good. New prints. New year, new print. All right, let's move on to what am I working on? So I am working on this here is a silent stepper driver that's new, fairly new. It's the A4988 stepper driver, and it lets you do 3 different speeds, reverse, back. It's a silent stepper motor. So over the break, we were at IKEA and we saw this thing. It is a Lazy Susan, and I was like, this is really nice. For only $18, I get this nice piece of wood. It has a built-in ball bearing, Lazy Susan mechanism. And so I picked it up, and I have it here. Whoop. In the background here, I have a little AdaBot there. So the idea is to retrofit this. And I don't know if it's retrofit. We're going to add motor control with our stepper driver, a KB2040, an OLED display so that we can actually see what the speed is, what direction it's going, and then to control it, I don't have one here, but a STEMMA QT rotary encoder so that we can select through like a little menu system. So that's what we're going to work on. It'll use a one of these short profile stepper motors. So this is a 12-volt stepper motor, and it'll go down here, and I'll have a 3D printed gear for it, and a gear that will go in between the Lazy Susan mechanism and the piece of plywood here, so that we can have it automate. Pedro, you have a turntable already, but it doesn't have speed control and it doesn't have an OLED display. So you've been using one for all of your Timelapse Tuesday videos, and I don't have one because I've been holding off for this product for our silent stepper motor driver. So I'm excited to be working on it. I can show folks real quick what I have so far in CAD and Fusion 360. It's not showing up. Let me see here. Here it is. All right. So I went ahead and took it apart, and I modeled the IKEA Lazy Susan. It has, let me see if I can isolate. It has this this tiny, not tiny. It's this piece here, which is the Lazy Susan. It has 3 mounting holes, and it's 2 pieces with built-in steel balls, and then like a center bore here, and then there's the base there. So it's 15 inches in as a diameter for the main plate, and it's fairly thick, and it's a really simple kind of Lazy Susan. So I'm gonna replace the base, but reuse the actual metal ball bearing part. And what I came up with is this kind of internal gear setup that has the same mounting holes, so it'll attach right under the metal ball bearing. And then I have a little custom. Where's my stepper motor? There it is. So there's a stepper motor. I'm gonna have a custom mount for it, and then of course the custom gear. So it's an internal gear system, so it's gonna just rotate like that. And then I have this kind of standoffs that are elevating the gear and the main plate here, which will attach to the bottom part of the metal Lazy Susan piece. And then I'm just figuring out my bottom plate and then all the various PCB mounts. So in order to power the KB2040 and apply 12 volts to the stepper driver and the stepper motor, we are using a piece I have never used before. It's the MPM 36105 volt buck converter, which allows you to have up to 21 volts of input. And it has a 5-volt line, so we can power our dev board here. We're using the KB2040 dev board because it has a raw pin, and I'm guessing the raw pin allows you to kind of have special power inputs, and that's what Lamar suggested. So I had to make a 3D model of that. There it is there, the MPM 3610. It's just this little tiny chip, has voltage in, ground, and 3 volt. It's supposed to be 5 volt, but it says 3 volt there. Interesting. It is a 5 volt. Maybe the what do you call it? The silk screen I think is wrong, but it's fine. It's just the silk screen. The main part is like this beefy chip here with all the caps and resistors there, and it has 1 mounting hole. But yeah, there's the stepper driver. You have a potentiometer to change the voltage, the amperage, if you want more amperages so that you can have more torque. We're going to use all of the pins. Basically, you have MS is like the speed, so you can have like a 16 step, 8 step, or whatever other step. Direction pin, voltage and ground. And yeah, that's kind of all the electronics. There is a DC jack that I'm going to panel mount somewhere in the back here. And then, of course, the OLED display is a 1.3 inch OLED display. And then here is the rotary encoder, which will be used to set the speed and the direction, and then kind of a play and pause thing. So that's the idea. Still working out like the the layout of all the parts and stuff. So I'm really in the middle of it, if not in the beginning stages of it. Kind of heavy too. There is a possibility that it'll get a little heavy, but I think with the 2 amp power supply, I should be able to have enough torque to push this. I haven't even weighed it, but it is kind of weighty. I mean, it's a solid piece of wood. But I've seen some other projects.
I was thinking it was like the light wood that we're used to.
It's a real wood, solid wood. Yeah, so I have Adabot there right now, but let me see if I can pull it out here. So this is it. It's called the Sunda, I think. Sunda. It has a one socket, 13 millimeter socket for it. So I already took it apart. Yeah, let me show you real quick. There it is. I have it apart. Here is the Lazy Susan part. So I took these 3 screws out. They're screwed directly into the wood. It is a solid piece of wood. And then you can, I was able to trace on a piece of paper the 3 holes and then the center hole, and that way I was able to get the direction, the dimensions of the mounting holes. So I was able to recreate this thing. But yeah, it's a pretty smooth Lazy Susan. I thought this would be bigger, but this is how big it is. And in our last, spinny project, I created my own ball bearing, but I saw this at IKEA and I was like, this is a good product. I'm gonna go ahead and reuse the hardware. And because I don't need to go with like a wire going through the center, I don't have to create my own ball bearing. So that's kind of why I was like, let me just go with this whole thing here. You can order these on IKEA's website. I think they're $18. But yeah, that's the idea. I've always wanted a motorized turntable for doing hero shots of our products and stuff. And Pedro, you already have one. So I want to make a Circuit Python one.
I see. I just want it to be adjustable, so I don't have to do ramping and like slow and speed things up inside the editor. I'd rather do it capture the line.
Yeah, that'd be interesting. We'll see if we can do ramping. But if anything, at least it's like
as long as we have different speeds, because I'm locked into one speed, and sometimes for like a small thing it's too fast, and for a bigger thing it's too slow. So it'll be nice to be able to adjust that.
Yep. So here's the thing. Now it's called the Snuda, maybe. Yeah, it's about $18. It's really nice. I actually looked on Target, and they don't have a nice one like this, at least that I could find, because we did go to Target. What, the one at Target?
Mm-hmm.
They're just plasticky and kind of. They don't have like mounting holes. It doesn't seem to be modular like this one, where I just took it apart in a second, and it's got good hardware. So there's that, and then let's see, where's the stepper driver is the A4988. There's that. I think after the show or this week, I'm going to share the 3D model of the PCB so folks can use this in a project. The reason why I'm using this one, wait, this is the other one. This is the TMC. It looks just like it. Didn't I type A49, A499? What happened? That's funny. Oh, these are in stock. They just came in stock. So these are the other steppers, the other stepper driver that's new. It's from Trinamic. I don't know much about it.
Wait, which one are we using?
We're using the A4. So
not the new one.
Yeah. I mean, they're both new. They're out of stock. Oh, man.
Wow.
Funny. So this is the one I'm using, because it was the only one available. And there's a learn guide already out that covers how to wire it up and stuff. So I feel more comfortable with this one because all the stuff is in place. But I don't know what's the difference, what kind of benefits between the two, what are the pros and cons between the two. I don't know yet. So maybe tonight on Asking an Engineer, Lamar can tell us. She did say if you want to use this one, you can, but it wasn't in stock. Literally, I want to say an hour ago, 30 minutes ago, this thing went in stock. So I'm going to get one of these as well. And if you want to get one, you can get 10% off with new prints. What a great sales guy I am. New prints will get you 10% off your brand new stepper driver. Yeah, I really don't know what the difference is. I think it has some features that the other one doesn't.
Taith has joined the chat, has entered the chat.
Right.
TMC is one of the more silent stepper usage and extra current related features. A little bit more expensive than the A4988.
Okay. Yeah. Yep. Okay. Yeah. Okay. So, yeah, we'll see. If anything, I'll be able to print my own turntable base. so that way it's not so heavy and maybe not so wide if you don't need it to be wide. But I do like the idea of just using a off-the-shelf mechanism to be the lazy Susan part, and just 3D printing your own gears and getting that to run. Yeah, so I mean, I just started it, so we can always switch, stepper drivers. Cool. But yeah, that's what I'm working on.
So
yeah, and it's a nice lazy Susan either way. It's like it's real wood, and here's the base. Nice, thick, chunky piece of wood. All right. We have some YouTube chatter as well. It'd be cool to add some gravity to your coffee by spinning it. Okay. Interesting. Orbit coffee. All right. More coffee. All right. Let's switch gears to Timelapse Tuesday. I don't see a video in our docket here, but there is a video.
I think I was missing something.
It's the first show back of the year, so
let's see. Everything's covering my screen over here. Let's see if I can add quickly.
Yeah, you add that while I chat about using this turntable.
All right.
Yeah.
This week's Timelapse Tuesday for Community Makes is this really cool auto reload hour. Let me get my other camera on here. Percent. Where am I? There I am. Yeah, so this dice tower has a really cool mechanism. It's just a little spring on the inside that allows you to respin your dice. So after it goes through the little main side here, you can do an additional smash and have it do a little reload of your dice. So we just have some 3D printed ones in here. And the thing that's allowing it to spring back and forth like that, take this apart, this little 3D printed spring that comes along with the model.
Oh, clever.
This goes on the inside like that. And that allows it to spring back up. Super cool. A little model on the inside. You can see that has a nice little travels through and has a little thing here to split the dice. Have it spin.
Yeah, the steps. Yeah, that's cool.
And we're just using a bunch of different shapes like the D4s, 20s, 6, and the triangle one. Super cool. It's obviously for the kids.
Yeah, this is nice. I'm going to go ahead and switch to
users alike.
Our video here. Yeah, it's interesting to see how the mechanism works. This is really cool.
Yeah, so it takes about 3 hours on the bamboo, and everything prints as one complete little kit.
3 hours, that's it?
Oh, I'm sorry, 7.
Okay.
3. I'm used to things being fast now on the bamboo.
Yeah.
This obviously would have been a lot more stringier and a lot taken a lot longer on one of the Crealties, but super cool quality. I even used like the trash gray PLA filament to see, just to get rid of it. And it
trash gray.
Yeah.
That's funny. Cool. All right, let's see it here on the website. It's on Maker World's website.
Yes.
Smash. Very cool. There's a nice GIF of it in action. Oh, it goes all the way up?
Yeah.
Interesting.
It can be put away, I guess.
Back, push string, lower tower. Yeah, this is super cool.
Yeah, it's a little breakdown of how the spring is working, the internal little pathways that the dice take. And it looks like this is a version 2. Did a little bit of tweaks to make the spring a little bit more beefier and closed up the outer gaps so the dice don't come off. It's another nice little guide of how to insert the spring on the inside.
Yeah, this is great. And it is designed by Rossero. Oh, they did the roll-up chess. That's awesome. Yeah, that's a great one. Yeah, fantastic designers. So check it out. It was a free download, Yeah, I love that direct open in Bamboo Studio. That's so cool.
Yeah, it's super cool.
Very nice.
Load with like all the settings and all of the materials that they're using.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
But yeah, pretty cool, springy way. Seems like we're always printing like a dice roller, and this was a nice, cool, different thing that we haven't seen yet with it having the spring pad.
Rom, rom, rom.
Cool.
I can see like a face now, like what's that Muppet that eats everything? Not Cookie Monster, but a Yip Yip.
Oh yeah.
I think it's a Yip Yip.
I like Beaker. I'm seeing Beaker because of the.
Oh yeah. Mom.
There are these little tabs that I broke off, but I like how they snap in, and then there's like this little hole that allows you to push them back into.
Oh, interesting.
So
that's
nice
a great
fine detail.
It is, yeah. It allows you to take it apart. Yeah, those little features, real nice. Yeah.
That's the only thing that I would change. Yeah, the little tabs that broke off right here. It was like 2 shells, I believe.
So oh yeah, you want it to be thicker.
A little bit. Other than that, it's still functional.
Again, you did use the trash PLA. Is what you called it? The trash PLA.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's so brittle. You could always try to a food dryer to dry it out or whatever.
I mean, it wasn't the AMS. No, I haven't tried the dry option. You know, you can select the dry option on there.
You can.
Yeah, I saw there's a little
How
option.
does it do that?
I don't know. I guess there's something in there.
I don't know about that, but that's cool. I'll have to look at it.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool. Very good. Free download. Check it out on Maker World.
Nice detail and all that.
Yeah. Very nice. Pedro, you can drop the link. Or do you want me to? I can do it. I have it. Here is the link. Here you go. And then I'll do it on the social, YouTube, Twitch, Facebook, X. Actually, I don't think X is supported for chat. All right. We have some community makes this week. Folks were on break and they were able to post some projects, which is really cool. So starting off with a pretty fun one. It's a star fragment lamp. So this was a sort of a remix by this user. Sorry, I can't pronounce their name. It seems to be in Russian characters. I can't quite read it, but they posted this up. They put their own battery on-off button and Type-C charger. And it's kind of like all-in-one thing, which is pretty neat. It looks really nice as I guess a holiday decor, since I see some garland there. Really cool. I love this thing. I actually retrofitted mine to work with one of my LED lamps. So really cool to see other folks remixing it. So yeah, Star Fragment lamp, really cool. After that, because it was in a new year, the New Year's Eve ball drop replica was posted up by Jam Master 63 on printables, and they added their own base and their own 2025 light up sign, which looks really cool. Yeah. Let's see if there's any comments here. Scale it to 75% and added their own mods. Very nice. Yeah. I think at some point we need to redo this project.
Yeah, Lamar mentioned when the new stepper or the new motor driver came out.
Yeah, we'll have to do it this year. But yeah, this was a fun one, and now we can actually, and most folks have a multi-material printer, so it'd be cool to redo this one with a much cleaner print, because mine was a little, it was okay, but nowadays it's so much better, and I can come up with a better mechanism, I think, for making it drop.
Yeah, we used it for New Year's.
Yeah. And we could use a prop maker feather, RP2040 now to do sounds.
Yeah.
So that's cool. We have better sound quality now. Yep. Excellent. Nice. We could use Wi-Fi IoT time instead of doing real time. So it could be all a much simpler setup, I think.
Yeah, but more compact, more easier.
Yeah. Maybe bigger. I don't know. We'll see about that. After that, we have a remix here from Kaz Pyar on printables. They remixed the Feather ESP32 TFT stand and case, and they made it work with Gridfinity. So now you can fit this into your Gridfinity, and they added their own, I guess, battery thing to it, which looks pretty cool. Bit of a comment here. Yep. Yeah, looks good. Gridfinity. Very nice. Overall good stand for your Feather TFT. I still have mine here. Whew. Works really well. Okay. After that, we have, remember the fidget spinners back in 2017 or something?
Mm-hmm.
We made an Adafruit one, and Jably Tark posted up their make of the Adafruit fidget spinner. Yeah. When was this? This was a while ago. So maybe 2015, something like that. Anyway, everybody was making a fidget spinner, and it was like a craze. So it's cool to see people still printing fidget spinners. And the Adafruit logo is a good shape for a fidget spinner. And the last one is the NeoPixel LED menorah, posted up by Old 3D Guy. They made it with very nice colorful bulbs. It looks really nice. Multicolor flames with which change order every cycle. The gold one was for my wife, and the blue, white, gray one was for my mother-in-law. Started with all the flames, same color, but normally the candles are different colors on a real menorah. Pretty cool.
Yeah, digging the pastel looking color here.
Yeah, this is a really good choice. Yep. Yeah. Yeah, we had ours out too.
Nice.
Since we kind of do both holidays. And that is all of the community makes. Thank you everybody so much for posting your makes. It's really cool to see folks posting it up, especially during the holiday break. Gives people an opportunity to actually sit down and maybe make something.
Mm-hmm.
So it's cool. All right, before we end the show, I want to make sure folks know that we have a 10% off coupon code for viewers of the show. New prints will get you 10% off your order. Just type that into your checkout and you'll get 10% off your order. It's good for the next 24 hours. We'll also have another one tonight on Ask an Engineer. Which brings us to this. Starting with show and tell at 7:30 p.m. Eastern Time. We invite you to come on and share your projects. Come on the Adafruit Discord, and you'll get the invite link, and then you can join in at 7:30 p.m. Shortly after that, at 8 p.m. is Ask an Engineer. We'll get a full hour, I think, of Lamar and Phil talking about new products, open source hardware news, and more. Maybe some top secrets. Tomorrow is JP's workshop, starting at 4 p.m. Eastern. And then I think Friday is a deep dive with, either Tim or Scott at 5 p.m. Eastern. Lady Ada streams. I need a new banner for this one because she's got like new graphics.
Yeah. The new pixelated one.
Yeah, new intro and everything. From the desk of Lady Ada on Sundays. Cool.
Have it with your morning coffee.
Yeah, she's doing them early and earlier, which is nice. And then circling back to 3D Hangouts, we do the show every Wednesday at 11 a.m. New year, new prints, new printer. New printers made it in the banner.
Yay.
After 8 years of having the lull spot.
Yeah.
Is that their name? Lull spot?
Yeah, that was the lull spot one.
Yeah.
The Taz.
Yeah. Cool. Well, thank you everybody so much.
It's just funny since we only used it for a couple months. That's stayed.
Yeah, funny how that works. All right, folks, that's gonna do it. I have some research to do on these motor drivers. We're gonna find out what's the right one to use.
Yeah, I had the newer one in my cart. Still waiting, but I should probably just check out in case.
Yeah, you should get it. We're gonna use it for something at some point.
Yeah. All
right. Well, thanks everybody so much for joining us on the first episode back this year. Sorry we're a little rusty, but we're back from the break, and we're getting our bearings back. Thank you everybody so much. Really appreciate you guys coming in and chatting with us and asking questions and all that. That's going to do it from us. I'll be watching. I don't think I'll attend, but I'll be watching show and tell. So
I got nothing to show off.
Yeah.
I think I already showed off all the pie stuff.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
All right, cool.
All right,
With all
folks.
that said, remember to make
a
a
great
day.
day. Bye, folks.
See you next week.